In this video, I'm going to talk about some functions that are built into Zen. The first function I'll mention is Normalize, which takes whatever you give it and transposes it down until it's within an octave. So let's say we give it 9:1, which is a pretty big ratio. It'll transpose it down until it's a just major second, 9:8. Similarly, if I put in something large as an equal tempered value, such as 14 steps in 12-tone equal temperament, it'll transpose that down. I can do the same thing with cent values. So let's say I have 1201 cents. That'll transpose down to be only 1 cent. As I mentioned in a different video, normalizing is the same as taking any interval modulo an octave. There's also a function inverse, which will take any interval and it'll flip it over. If it's a descending interval, it'll make it ascending. If it's an ascending interval, it'll make it descending. So this ratio 5:4 will become 4:5, which is a descending major third. And 4 steps in 12-tone equal temperament will become -4 steps. 400 cents will become -400 cents. Notice that if I try to put a frequency in here, it's not really possible to invert a frequency because you can't take the negative value of a frequency. So that'll give me an error. There's also the function abs, which takes the absolute value of any interval. So if I have that 4:5, which is a descending major third from before, it'll actually turn that descending interval into an ascending interval. Same thing with these negative equal tempered values. And of course, negative cent values. And this also works on numbers, of course. Another useful function is round, which will just round something to, most of the time, its same data type, but at an integer value. Actually, for ratios, it'll take this ratio and it'll round it to the closest equal tempered value in 12-tone equal temperament. For equal tempered values, if you give it a decimal number of steps in an equal temperament, it'll round it to an integer number of steps in that same equal temperament. Rounding cent values is just the same as rounding a number. Same thing with hertz. There are also other functions, ceil and floor, which are the same as round, except ceil will always round up, and floor will always round down. That's about it for the simple functions built into Zen. In the next video, I'm going to talk about some functions for playback, adaptive tuning, and analysis.